Uh, I'm in an earthquake. With experience in earthquake in Japan under my belt, it was time to head to Sendai and Yamadera and then to set up my home base in Tokyo for the final leg of this epic adventure. With a tripod and tablet and stuff in here. I'm cutting down my weight as much as I can because Yamadera is a hell of a hike. I see patches of light coming through, the clouds are breaking up. I think I might have caught some of the last light here, and it looks like the clouds have come in again. So somehow through sheer luck I perfectly timed this. Just got some food in a little restaurant place there. While I was eating, the light decided to peak out again, so there's a little gap. I think I might be able to get one or two nice shots. Just got it just as the last dregs of light disappear, and it was peeking through those trees beautifully on the Hasi. That might be a winner. Hello, kitty. Oh, don't run away, no! With a very successful trip to Yamadera, and this time it was in the nice, cool fall weather, and not the blistering Japanese summer like the last time I was here, it's time to head back to Sendai, eat, and sleep. Today, all I have to do is get to my hotel in Tokyo, and since it is a short Shinkansen trip away and my rail pass is still valid for today, I decided to let the Tisim flow freely through me and headed to Fukushima Station, which is the single best Shinkansen station for train spotting. Because not only does the Tohoku Shinkansen blast through this station at the full 200 miles an hour, it is also where the Yamagata Shinkansen uncouples itself in an orgy of autism. So turns out this is the equivalent of a Dr. Yellow train on the Tohoku Shinkansen. So it's some sort of maintenance and diagnostics thing. we also have my baggage. So I had it sent by Yamato, I think it's called. Done the luggage forwarding from my hotel in Sapporo. I just had too much crap at this stage. I built up in that stupid 300 mil, so I was like, fuck it, I'll pay the €30 and have these bags shipped here, and I won't have to deal with them for a few days. And we would reunited. Now that I was back in my favourite city in the world, it was time to just chill out and hang out for the entire day, doing what I usually do. Eat way too much food, visit a bunch of camera shops, where I picked up a used 14 to 24mm f 2.8Z in mint condition. So you're going to be seeing a whole lot of wide angle photos for the rest of this video. But first I decided to enjoy some cultural pursuits. With my final day of my regional rail pass, I decided to do a little day trip up to Nikko. Although tomorrow I'm going to wish I still had that rail pass, and you'll soon see why. Today is a big day for this trip because I was heading down to Shin Fuji Station on the Shinkansen to rent a car and do an overnight trip all around Mount Fuji and the Five Lakes area. Darn, son. Here's the rent-a-car. And the weather is perfect. And this, my friends, is where everything went tits up because I, 1 hour away on the bullet train from Tokyo, had forgotten my international driver's permit and they wouldn't rent me the car without it. So that meant I had to spend a full hour going back to Tokyo to my hotel, grabbing my license and then going all the way back on the train again. Not only did this cost me nearly €100 to do this trip all over again, also adding to the delay is the fact that the Kodama service is the only one that stops at Shin Fuji Station, which only runs every half an hour. But I was incredibly lucky here because there was another train due to Tokyo in 2 minutes, which I caught. And then once I got back to my hotel, grabbed my pass, belted it back to Tokyo Station as quick as I could. Another Kodama service left 2 minutes after I arrived and I was on that train. Finally, after all of these blunders, I was in my rental car and heading off to do the Shinkansen in front of Mount Fuji shot, which is a photograph I have planned for literal years and was finally getting to do it. Been dying to get this shot for years. So something that's really interesting is that here we go. This shot I'm going to get you. I'm going to go to another spot that's a bit down the road, this park. And then we'll drive up to Lake Aruchigo. Okay, so it's not what I was looking for, but there's a really nice shot out here. There's a skim of light just appearing along the tracks and it's absolutely immaculate. Helps the car was in drive, wouldn't it? And the brake was off. Jesus Christ, I'm bad at this. These automatic cars.
Your destination is on the right.
Okay, I think I made it. Staying in a nice little guest house. just one stall is running. It's 6:30 in the morning here in Yamanashi in Japan. Checked out a guest house. Woke up at 5:30 and had a look, and to be honest, the weather wasn't good. It looks like it's going to be a very good day, but the cloud cover was absolutely insane. Like even last night there was just no view of Mt Fuji at all. Today it looks like the clouds are going to have to burn off a little bit before the view really starts to show. And we're going to head to the famous pagoda shot. I'm doing that first because there'll be crowds of people there later on today, particularly after about like 9 o'clock is when the first kind of trains from Tokyo get in, and that's when the crowds really build up. So we should be there by about 7, up at the pagoda by about 7:15. Well, I'm not the first one here. Oh, fuck, everyone's here. Made it. Here's the paddy wagon. After a quick coffee pit stop, which was very good, I went to the Wind Cave and the Black Dragon Cave in the Asohikagara forest. At least I think that's how it's called. And yes, it is the very famous forest in Japan that you're thinking of. Good. Road heating area. 370 meters. That's fucking cool. So this is an area with road heaters. The caves were quite fun to explore. However, the second one was very small for someone as tall as I am. Although this was a totally optional thing to do, at least I wasn't on my belly dragging myself through the earth, through the birth canal after passing through the devil's sphincter. Jesus Christ. Ow, that was my shoulder. Fucking Christ, this is lethal. So even though I do need to get back to Tokyo kind of a bit earlier than as early as I can, as soon as I do this viewpoint I'll probably head on. There is a waterfall, I might do it on the way back, but I'm at this point now, I'm actually on the route back, so you know, I'm working my way back towards the train station, if that makes sense, to where I need to drop off the rental car. Looks like it's up a bit of a hill to the viewpoint. More bear warnings. Halfway. Bear warnings. So that viewpoint might be the most perfect viewpoint I've had of Fuji so far. Anyway, time to go down now. I'm going to stop here because if I keep walking like this, I'm just going to trip and fall down these steps. But straight back to the car, zoom to the station, and then do a really big zoom on the Shinkansen back to Tokyo. Goodbye, my friend.
We will arrive at Tokyo Terminal in a few minutes.
Sorry, so keep souvenir. Yeah, I did. Arigatou gozaimasu. For my final day in Tokyo, I just spent it once again chilling in the city, eating way too much good food, going to some used gear and camera shops because that's apparently all I do in Tokyo now. Popped around to a few areas I like. And then I had to desperately struggle to pack my gigantic lens find into a second suitcase, get it all together, get to the airport, and about to get a quick shower because why not? I've got a long flight ahead of me. And all I had to do now was sit on the plane for hours and hours to fly home to where a comfortable bed, my shower, and a goddamn breakfast roll were waiting for me. She's cold.